But let's kind of talk about the Rams. Let's start with them because they went all in on today. Unlike any team that we've ever seen in the NFL, they definitely focused on going all in. They were paying Jared Goff, and they was like, "Hey, man, ain't good enough. Get him out of here." And they're still paying him. Let's trade these first rounders for Matt Stafford. Get him in here. They traded the first rounders for Jalen Ramsey. They traded a second and a third to bring Von Miller in. They signed Gurley early because they thought he was still that guy, and obviously he wasn't. But they saw he wasn't. They moved off of him. They signed Odell Beckham. Like, they were all about going all in on today. And in this copycat league, I'm curious to see how many teams are going to go all in, just like the Rams have been doing for years. And it finally proved out as far as a long-term way of building your team. Tampa Bay went all in the last 2 years. It got them a Super Bowl. And, this slow build that so many teams try to do, I'm against it because you're not going to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to get fired before it happens. But I am curious to see how it's going to ripple now that they have the Super Bowl actually tied to that approach, because what people don't understand is the Rams have shitty first round picks anyways, and a shitty first round pick and a second round pick is essentially the same pick. If you understand the intricacies of drafting, there's from about 17 to about 35 to sometimes 45 depending on the draft year. It's practically the same player.
Yep.
And then you start factoring wants and needs and the other team's wants and needs. And you can find a first round talent who drops to the third round or the end of the second round just because of it's the draft.
Field issues, whatever it is. And I think that's going to be an approach that a lot of teams that are right there, these teams that are really in contention, like if I was the Titans, I would be doing it. Like I would be figuring out, man, how can we get rid of Ryan Tannehill and get Aaron Rodgers here if he wants out? Like, you know what I mean? How can we get Russell Wilson here? How can we get Deshaun Watson? Well, they're not going to get Deshaun because Texas just not going to do that. I wouldn't trade him in division.
Hell no.
But you see what I'm saying, though? There are certain teams that kind of have to be in that approach. I mean, because at the end of the day, like you said, I mean, the time's just going to continue to tick on them if they don't get it done. And I think that Les Snead – obviously, Kroenke's got the money, so he doesn't give a fuck about a luxury tax to re-sign these guys over the cap. So fuck it, fuck a draft pick. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they run it back, obviously, like I said, Odell's probably
he's not gonna be back till Thanksgiving
at the earliest. And so, but I think that he's a great fit there, and it's LA. It just makes sense. I'd bring back Von. Von looked like a different fucking player in the playoffs, man. He looked like Von Miller that I remember.
Yeah.
But Von at this point, because he's got 2 titles, I feel like he's just going to chase money. I think he'll just take the highest bidder.
Probably, but you know what? Shannon Sharp made a good point about Von Miller. He was like, y'all said Von fell off. It's hard to get sacks when you're always down and the team's running the ball. Like, you can't be as disruptive as you used to be because your role is different as a pass rusher because you don't have Peyton Manning whipping the ball all around the field anymore.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. But I still just see him going out and getting one last big check. Unless the Rams do open up the checkbook. And you want to know who's going to replace him?
Who?
Former Falcon that just got released yesterday.
Dante Fowler goes back?
Yeah, why not? He had double-digit sacks with them already. I don't see why not. They could get him on the cheap, too. He'll sign for 1 year, $2 million, $3 million. He'll be back.
I'm happy we let go of him because it's like, hey, dude.
I know that opened up at least $10 million in cap.
So we'll get to our Falcons, man. You know what? What are your thoughts on Raheem the Dream, man? He came in. He shut down. He shut down that Bengals high flying offense. Yeah, shut him down. I can't even reach for those glasses because I can see you haters right now. Right. You know what I mean? But it's crazy that nobody's talking about Raheem, and bro, he killed it.
I didn't understand how, and I get it. It's an offensive league. But Raheem's coached on both sides of the ball anyways, because at one point he was with the Falcons, he was an offensive guy.
Sorry, I had to do that because my little cousin Austin, he's tuned in. What's up, Austin?
Yeah. And so, I thought that he was one of the guys that probably should have gotten a head coaching job this year. Because think about it. He really could have been retained by us if we wanted to kind of keep that same thing.